Halo was an action game, and it put you in this world where you could be the most powerful actor in this rich physical simulation. It gave you this ability to become competent and then show your competence to your friends competitively or to your friends cooperatively.
I'll never forget this. I get like a headshot on Zach, and I'm like, sit the down. And there's like applause. And I turn around, and there's a group of people who are watching. And before I know it, like we have this line. And people were like coming in, playing their 10 minutes of Slayer, just getting right back in line. Now they get it. The multiplayer was the thing.
Multiplayer for Halo 2 was really a gigantic thrust for what we wanted to give Halo that we couldn't in Halo 1.
Our goal was absolutely to create the virtual couch.
Halo 1's multiplayer was done by, 3 or 4 people, tops, in 6 months. Halo 2's multiplayer was a massive investment. That kind of resource crunch really caused a lot of tensions on the single-player side of things, because now all of a sudden we're trying to build multiplayer environments that have to look as good as the single-player part of the game.
Get to that first time when we get 16 boxes all working together, and understand that it wasn't like there was a bunch of maps to go play now. It was just we got 16 boxes and we were able to kind of run around and it didn't crash.
We absolutely love playing multiplayer. I mean, everybody in the studio is playtesting these maps every day.
Sniper! Sniper! Oh! Holy shit, like I'm talking to you, I'm totally shooting you in the head right now, and that's amazing.
In many ways, Halo 2 was the title that was the breakout title for Xbox Live.
The Xbox team, we co-developed with them or helped them design and develop what they called the Tsunami feature set, which was a lot of the new live matchmaking multiplayer features. We built our own friends list, which you can now do friends and friends parties in the Xbox Live Dash, but we built it in Halo 2 first.
The console world kind of pushed back and said, those aren't console-y things to do, you guys don't get it. But we really did get it because we had already seen it be successful on the PC. We had seen that multiplayer play is the future.
And the first time he jumps on, that crowd just, goes to this really loud cheer. And I mean, it was just, wow, it would give you chills sitting there.
It's something that you don't really see very often at E3 in the middle of a demo where people just like, yeah, that's awesome.
Hurry it up, let's get it out of here.
But then, on Halo 2, Alex had left the company to go back to Chicago, and Jason had left the project to go and work on Phoenix. So without Alex and Jason, the Halo 2 team was led by a committee. We kind of went through the second act where we were really trying to deliver something that was just impossible. We kind of found ourselves standing there after E3 2003, and we were kind of looking around and saying, okay, well, we can't possibly build this game.
We were going to show something at E3 that was actually going to be in the game. It's not in the game.
They were going to go back and rework things, and Jason was going to get more involved. And then they came back and told me it was going to basically be a year slip.
The devil himself stood up and told us we were never going to ship it, and and rammed his pitchfork up our asses.
Halo 2's, not where we want it to be right now. How do we top what we did before? And even if we would say, wow, we're too tired to top what we did before, the pressure is there, and I think we put it on each other.
A disastrous flaming turd of failure would be probably the right way to say it.
We have the whole climax of the game planned out on Earth, and we're not doing it, and that sucks.
Before Halo 2, we could fail in silence and in misery, but no one really knew when we were failing. And then something like Halo 2, where everybody knew that we cut missions at the end, that we lopped off our third act. We failed spectacularly in public as far as the story was concerned.
They literally did have to cut off sort of the end of the game.
There's the big knife, and we just chop it sometimes. It's a trade-off we've got to make. We can't develop forever, otherwise there'd never be a game.
Our nuts fell in the fire, and they really weren't totally burned when we picked them up. We kind of made it at the end, They still worked.
As much of a death march as Halo 2 was, we got to the end of it, and there's a bunch of seeds there that are exciting and really fed the rest of the trilogy.
This is Spartan 117.
Master Chief, you mind telling me what you're doing on that ship?
Sir, finishing this fight.
The difference between entertainment that's successful and entertainment that's forgotten is only how people react to it. So no matter how successful we were on Halo 2, it doesn't matter how hard you worked, and they don't give a shit if it took you 2 seconds or 6 years and 20 gallons of blood.
I looked at our bug count and we were in triage, and I realized we were going to make it. Like, we were actually going to ship this game. And I think that was probably one of the proudest moments for me, just because it had been so hard.